Hello viewers, today I'm going to do some, let's say, airflow upgrade on my car. So let me quickly show you what we're going to install today, and you're going to decide, are you going to watch it or you're just going to skip it. Here are all the parts that we're going to use today. So quickly, to understand what we're going to install and why is this all about, is because of this wing. So this is the GT splitter or something like that, which is installed on the later E36, one of the latest one which came out from the factory, and they are white weighted one. I'm not sure what they are doing exactly so to make them white weighted, but for sure this is not one of the things that is going to contribute to that, because this puppy is kind of heavy. Okay, this is the part number. This splitter is original one from BMW, and actually everything that I bought is from this company. So ST track parts, they sent me some Haribo. Thanks guys. So I bought everything from them, including the splitter. They are selling the whole kit, the splitter, the plates for installing it in the car, because if you have done your research, you're going to see that BMW is selling everything needed for installing this, but I'm going to tell you guys that it's getting really expensive if you want to install all the OEM parts, so to install it like it's original from the factory. And the biggest downside was that I didn't decide to go this road, is because the OEM parts are kind of heavy, and for the people that have decided to install this splitter most of the time are going on the track, you're going to want the car to be white as possible. Maybe this, if it was from carbon fiber, it's going to be cool, but most of the time you're going to break it really easy. So I'm not sure what this material it is. Maybe it's from plastic, or I don't know, fiberglass. It cannot be from fiberglass, it's too heavy. I'm going to measure it how heavy it is. So the main reason I decided to go this route is because ST track parts are saying that probably this is the white weighted kit to install this splitter. So they are claiming that everything here should be roughly around 1.6 kilos. Of course, we're going to check that. I'm not sure they're including the hardware for installing it, but we're going to see. So I'm going to take the scale and we're going to measure everything. And I'm going to try to show you how I'm going to install it. I have bought some other things from these guys. This is for the Cooler Worx shifter, which I'm going to install. I have decided to install short shifter, and this is the funnels for brake cooling. I'm probably going to need to paint them, spray them or something like that, because the finish is not the greatest. As we can see this lining on both of them, which is pretty normal with 3D printing, but I'm going to figure out something. And this is probably for those of you that have E36 going to know, this is for reinforcement of the rear trunk, where the trunk watch is located, because it's cracking up after a long period of time. Mine is still not cracked up, that's why I'm going to install this, so to prevent this. I forget to say that you're going to need these GT splitters. Once again, they're called, I'm not sure, I think this was called splitter also. I probably are lying to you guys, but you're going to need also these ones, which you have seen on many BMW's bumpers. Let me rotate this to show you what is the idea. So actually ST track parts was selling those. So their ones were from fiberglass, and I have decided that it's not a good idea to put fiberglass on the bumper, because I have seen fiberglass bumpers and stuff. They look kind of bad, and that's why I decided to buy these plastic ones. I didn't like the idea to put fiberglass splitters, so they should sit something like that, I guess. We're going to figure it out how they're going to sit. Because for now it doesn't look very promising, but still I prefer the plastic ones because their finish is a little bit better than the fiberglass ones, and they're going to look a little bit better aesthetically. So the car is on the lift and we're going to start assembling everything, but as I told you, before start assembling we're going to measure, have they misled us with the weight of the kit. Once again, they claim that everything should weigh around 1.6 kilos. So now I'm going to put everything on the scale and we're going to see what is the exact weight of everything. Okay, so everything is here, even the bolts and nuts, which of course we need to take in mind because they are going to be installed on the car. And as I was expecting, we are a little bit off with 0.6 kilos if we remove the hardware, 2 kilos. So yeah, I'm not going to do a big deal about it because I know the original hardware and installation pieces for installing this GT splitter from BMW is much more heavier and expensive. So yeah, still this is a good choice. Only 2.2 kilos. Now of course we're going to measure the GT splitter because it's kind of heavy. I was not expecting to be so heavy. Okay, so the GT splitter is on the scale, just to show that it's not touching the ground anywhere. And 4.4 kilos. And let's measure this GT grills, or no, it's not grills. I think once again it's called splitters. I'm not sure. 0.3 kilos. So in total 2.2 plus 4.7, we're going to increase the weight with 6.9, which is not small amount, but I hope we're going to gain some performance. The performance thing that we're going to gain from everything is that we are not going to have, I'm not sure this is the right word, but whirlwind around the coolers or around the engine, because the GT splitter should go to somewhere here, I guess, to the sway bar. Hopefully it's going to give us some performance. So the GT add-ons, I'm not sure how they were called, are installed. The fitment, it's kind of good. Here they aligned kind alright with the lip of the M bumper, and this is how it looks on the side. It's a little bit off from the lip, as we can see here. On the other side it's a little bit worse, as we can see here, but this is the only way to install it, flush with the lip on the both sides. Yeah, I used different holes, not the one on the lip, because if I used on the lip I was going to protrude from the both sides here and here, so I just attach it on the both ends, so to be sure that it's going to be flush to the lip. So yeah, it looks kind of decent. Right, another decision. And then you So after the removal of the buffers for the front bumper, we have encountered one problem. When we install the both flanges, which are going to hold the splitter, we are not going to be able to install this reinforcement thingy, which goes here because of the lip here. If we didn't have this lip, we are going to be able to install it, but right like that, we are not going to be able to install it. So yeah, we're going to reduce a little bit the weight of the car. Probably this is around, we're going to measure it in the end, but probably kilo and something. So yeah, I'm going to put it to the side. Now I'm going to install back the buffers. They are going like that, the both of them. And yeah, the other one is like that. And now I'm just going to tighten up the nuts and we're going to continue. So I have tightened up all the nuts on the mountings of the front bumper, and now we're going to continue with these triangles. So they should be installed something like that, and I have saw from the manual that probably I'm going to move it a little bit. They have installed both here on this side on the second hole. Yeah, because of the painting, probably going to need to clean it a little bit. Probably it's not so mandatory which hole you're going to use, because you can move it a lot, but I'm going to do it like they have shown. So the other bolts, yeah, I need to tighten up fully this bolt because it's pushing the triangle away. It's a triangle, ли се казва? Okay, so this is the idea, and if we undo these nuts, we should be able to move it upwards and downwards. So we're going to see how we're going to aim it. But yeah, I'm going to tighten up these two bolts, and I'm going to do the same on the other side, and we're going to come back. So I have installed on the both sides the triangles to the flanges which are installed here. The next step is to measure the distance between this triangle and this one in the middle. So in the manual it states that the car that they have installed the splitter is 72.3 centimeters, but in our case it's a little bit less. Може да снимаш отдолу. Виждали се? In our case is 70 centimeters, 0.5, so it's roughly 2 centimeters less. I'm going to use this dimension, 70.5 centimeters. Okay, so now we're going to continue with the drilling of the splitter. We have measured the middle here. So the whole length of the splitter is 146 centimeters, so the middle is 73 centimeters. And from here, because our length between the both triangles is 70.5 centimeters, we have measured from the middle to here 30.2 centimeters from here to here. So now I'm going to drill these holes with 8mm drill bit, and we're going to install these brackets. Okay, so this is the plates which are going to be below. Actually, with the kit they didn't send the washers, so we have added one. From the menu they installed this bolt on the third hole here and as here. The only thing that I'm a little bit worried about, that this plate probably is going to be on the edge. Still, we have a little bit of room to see it on the edge here. If I see it and I don't like how it looks, probably going to cut it a little bit. So now we're going to install the splitter and we're going to see where we're going to cut the other hole. Okay, so we have found some mistake that the seller have made. Typically you're going to have two types of these plates, but we have 4 of these types, which are for installing the nuts. Like this, we have put one of the nuts here. As we can see, it's installed and it is fixed and it's not going anywhere. So typically you should have 2 of those and 2 with circular holes on the both sides. But I guess they have made mistake and they have sent us 4 of these types, not 2 by 2. And because of this, we're going to need to use washers, so to have somewhere the nuts to stop when we tighten up the bolts. So it's going to be like that. But once again, typically you're going to have one whole plate like this with holes like this on the both ends. So yeah, once again, bad work. But we're going to figure it out like that. I think it's not going to be an issue. Okay. So as usual, everything is not so easy as it seems. It turns out that these triangles were bended and the measurement which we have made is not going to work for us. And these holes which we have made here are a little bit tighter, and right now the triangles cannot be fitted because after a second I'm going to show you what I mean. But in overall we're going to need to cut these holes 1 centimeter more to the outer side of the splitter, because the triangles mislead us a little bit because they were bended. And yeah, if you are doing this job, you need to at least iron them likewise, that the length between the both triangles is at least 72 millimeters at least. If it's less than this, you're going to have issues installing the triangles. Okay, so the next underwater stone. So first of all, we need to remove the bolts on different holes, which is not big of a deal. But the next thing that we have encountered issue with when we try to test fit the bumper is that the bumper is hitting the triangles here. So I have made my markings where the triangles are hitting the bumper here and here, and we're going to need to cut the bumper here. Yeah, for those of you that are ordering the ST track parts, cooler cones for the brakes, they fit pretty good actually. Not so the Cooler Worx shifter. I'm going to show you after that, but it's terrible design. So I'm going to cut now the bumper here on these points, so to be able to install the bumper and go through these triangles here. Okay, so this is how much I have cut the bumper, so to be able to go through the triangles. After that, I have marked the other hole, which is drilled there. I mark it through here, so we have placed this in place, and we just marked the hole with some marker. We have attached the other nut, and now we're going to install everything. Okay, so pretty much everything attached. The plates, as I told you, we have put washers underneath on the both bolts. This is how it looks underneath the splitter. So yeah, this bolt looks a little bit crooked, but doesn't matter. It's straight and it's tightened up without issues. So yeah, pretty much if you want to move it backward and forward, you're just going to need to undo these 4 bolts underneath and you're going to be able to move it. And yeah, you can change this plate, the position of this plate, and it's going to give you more movement backward and forward. Let's say you can put this bolt on different holes and this bolt on this slider here. So yeah, pretty much this is it. Now we're going to try to install and test fit the bumper to see how everything aligns. I have tightened up these bolts on the both sides. I still haven't tightened up completely this bolt, so to be able to move it, these are a little bit tighter, so I'm going to need to undo them a little bit. We're going to see how further we're going to put it. And with everything assembled, the bumper, the splitters, the both splitters, I don't know, the side splitters and the center splitter. For now I'm going to drive it like that. Depends on the truck, you can put it forward or backwards. On most fast trucks you can put it more forward, on most forward trucks you can put it backwards. And once again, the most important thing that the radiators are covered now, and you can diffuse the air a little bit better. In the perfect case scenario, you're going to have through the whole engine bay underneath, but yeah, for now it's going to be like that. So the fitment, it's pretty good. These Chinese splitters, side splitters, are fitting kind of good in my opinion. They are not so bad. This is how it looks underneath everything. Yeah, I forgot. Let's see how much we have removed with this. So 1.1. So in total we have to increase the weight of the car with around 5.5 or something like that kilos, which is, I know it's not small, but we gain some performance from it. Oh, and yeah, I forgot to talk about a little bit about the Cooler Worx shifter cover. So I saw some negative reviews before I purchasing this, and turns out that the reviews were true. So the person that gave that negative review said that it's popping out of its place all the time like that. And yeah, I can confirm this for sure. Every time I'm going on second or fourth gear, this is popping out on its place all the time, because here this part should be cut a little bit longer than this, so it should be somewhere to this point. It doesn't want to fit pretty good, but I think the main issue is because when you cut your central console here, some tension is released and the console is opening up on the both sides. I put some zip ties on the both sides so to bring it back to its place, but right now this is a little bit down and I need to figure out somehow to push it up. But yeah, when you cut this, for sure the console is going to open up. And probably this is the case why this doesn't fit so good, but still the design is bad, because here it should be cut a little bit more than this. Guys, this was all about the installation of the GT splitter with the additional hardware from ST parts. I think it was ST parts. ST track parts. Yeah, thank you for watching and see you in the next video.